Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it is Chris from Cypher Sigma Toys, and we have two packages to open here. Technically, it's only one, so people who follow the channel might have come across this before. At certain times of the year, certain stores in the UK sometimes get cheaper figures in, as this video has been recorded in Christmas time. A post last weekend essentially came in on Facebook, and people were doing it. Essentially, Transformers Studio Series and stuff were being seen in tkmaxx, which is a UK store. I'm not sure if it's seen in other countries. Having to be off, and my wife was going out. This was, I think, Tuesday night. This was advertised on Facebook. The Wednesday, she was going out with a friend. So while she was going out, I decided to take a little trip. And luckily enough, I had to pay £1 to park for like 10 minutes. Parking is what it is. That's one of the things that you face in this day and age. But going into tkmaxx, I was like, am I going to find stuff? Fortunately, I did. So I'll throw some pictures up here first. So these are what I've come across. Wasn't too much. It's a lot of the newer stuff. Some stuff that I wouldn't say necessarily is exciting. I got two things. One of those has been given to my wife because she wanted to give it to me for Christmas. And the other one is Red Alert. So this is Red Alert that I picked up from the shelf. As you can see there's the barcode. If you want to try and scan it, maybe you'll sort of have it. So this is a character from Transformers Armada, which I believe was an early 2000s series. It was set after the late 90s series of Beast Wars and Beast Machines. Essentially, this series brought in a gimmick, which is funny that they brought in a gimmick in the toys and they haven't kind of brought it over to this. So as you'll see that as the character is sitting there, he has like a kind of funnel. You will see in this one he has action where part of this flips over and there's a gun, and this gun comes off and then he can hold it. Now in the cartoon, what it was is you would have what are called mini bots, tiny little transformers that we've kind of seen, but the whole theme of this cartoon, which obviously mentioned with the toy line, was essentially you get these little toys, you put them on the vehicles and they would release a weapon. Megatron, he would get a cannon out his side. Starscream would have two cannons that come over there. Optimus Prime would have a special bit. Bumblebee had a little helicopter that sat on his shoulder that then his wheels would come out and form a cannon. Very clever designs. The figures weren't always the greatest, or the toys weren't. They have started obviously with the Studio Series line, and obviously this is the Age of Prime. I don't know if this is a Studio Series. I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong. Have started to release some of these, re-release some of these figures is what I'm trying to get at. Fortunately, he is quite a bulky guy, so the tabs are quite easy to cut off without damaging. Obviously, I think okay, so that's there. So where? Oh no, there is one little hidden underneath his chest plate that I missed. And like with every Transformer, you've always got to kind of slide it out. So there is Red Alert. I will cut out his weapon, 22 steps. And as always, when I'm doing these videos, I will put up pictures of what they look like transformed. Let's do stuff. I don't keep the boxes just because of space. If anybody's seen, I did actually get rid of a load of boxes this year. I tried to sell some. Didn't really work. No one's really interested in it. It is what it is. So yeah, so this is obviously Red Alert. Obviously quite bulky backpack, but they've obviously hidden it, and as you can see there, the ports that will become his special gun. So if I just clip it on the hinge there, it then sits like that. but then you go around the back and it folds down, and then you have the lights there that it still forms and you can't kind of see it. Obviously it would have been really good to have the mini bot with him, but obviously it's all about money. Red Alert, I believe he was kind of like the mechanic or stuff. As you see on his hand, he is missing that bit. That's because he would have a little adapter. So you have 3. So I'll just show these off. So he has like a little laser. Then he has kind of a more cannon type gun. Obviously these are quite clear, so it's a bit hard to tell. There you go, on his arm. And then what is essentially like a pair of grips. I believe there is a way to kind of hide these somewhere. Maybe in the back. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, there are, it's a bit hard to tell, right? So there are sections where you can hide some of the bits. It seems one of the cannons too big. So I'll see if the other 2 slide in there all right. That one's a bit loose as well. It's not the greatest fit, unfortunately. But actually looking at it, I think it's yeah, there you go. So the red ones can both be fitted in the back, and then obviously it keeps this one out. So there we go. So that is good from that side. Let's say 13 quid. I think it retails for about 25 in the stores, maybe 30. So again, another little figure, kind of a little splurge before Christmas, before I kind of have to rein in my spending. But these things you have to do. So yeah, you get obviously the instructions and a little pamphlet, which is not needed. So next up we have is this one. So as you may remember my previous video, I got an extreme dinosaur and stuff. And while I was looking for other extreme dinosaurs, again, just trying to feed the itch, so to speak, from the toys that wanted to buy stuff, I come across another sort of line called tkmaxx, I think they're called. There was 2 on Vinted that I was tempted to buy. They were 10 quid each from the same seller, so I was tempted to do like an offer, and then I think these are like proper 80s toys that are knockoff. I then found a seller on eBay that essentially figure all in was like £5 or £6. So I decided to invest in that one. It's missing bits, but I think there's a set of it's like a Triceratops Tyrannosaurus Rex, and this is, I think, a pterodactyl. It's missing its wings. So here is the character. So obviously a little bit of paint rub and scars on there. Obviously the claw, which is quite good. They kind of, I'd imagine, yeah, as I say, set of wings, I imagine pop into there to be, and then obviously you can see like the legs and that. But the rest of it, I don't know. It probably had another one. I know the weapons, like all of these, as I say, they're a bootleg kind of line. But it's quite good to say for a £5. And it kind of, he puts it in there with my extreme dinosaurs. He's a tiny little bit littler, so he can sit at the front. But that has been my little pickup before, or one of my little pickups before Christmas. I say, just filling out lines over the Christmas period. I have a bit of time off and my wife doesn't. So I will be, hopefully, when I get on my Christmas toys and stuff like this, I'll do my end of year of toys, what I want for next year, and then I'll probably spend a few days redoing the man cave to try and make it kind of nice and perfect, as I say, because I won't be buying much next year, and there won't be much movement, or I won't probably get much time. Again, life gets in the way, it is what it is. But thank you very much for watching this video. I've been Chris from Cypher Signal Toys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you want to do, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.